Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Horse Customs. We just picked up another Foxbody for a steal of a deal. Might not look like much, but there's a reason I got this car. So let's get into it. So we picked this car up for around 500 bucks. Okay, it doesn't look like much at all. Been sanded, worked on a little bit here and there. She's got some heavy rust down underneath. The hatch is shot. Got the ugly cheese grater taillights, but it's got some goodies on the inside. For instance, we got some nice centerline wheels. Might throw those on the red Mustang. You never know. They got the wide ones. I've been looking for a set of wide race-looking wheels for the red car. That way I can go around and drive and not have to worry about being on skinnies. We've got the GT front clip with the fog light bar, so that's a score. Those always look great on race cars. Never know if we want to change one of these guys up. Probably that one or that one. Maybe not that one. We've got a K-member. Probably not really going to use that. I needed that proportioning valve right there because Project Apocalypse didn't have one, so now we have one. It's always good to have some backup heater hoses. You never know. It does kind of suck that they cut the harness. That's not a life-ending deal or anything like that. So we got a couple odds and ends, probably 100 or so bucks worth of stuff there. And then we got the wheels, 100, 200 bucks worth of stuff there. But what we really didn't know about was all this goodies in here. So as you know, on Project Apocalypse, I was missing some parts to do my coilover conversion. Well, this thing came with coilover springs, some random valve springs. I'll probably take them up to a machine shop, see if they're stockers or not. But it came with an entire coilover kit. Boom. Boom. And my missing caps and washers. It was going to cost me 70 bucks to get these, plus shipping. And now I have spare coilovers and springs that I can throw up to the side. It also came with some of these springs. I looked them up. These are like $350 worth of springs. They've got the other two in the back of the car, and these two go in the front. We'll probably throw these in Project Reaper Stang because she's just running stock springs right now, so these might be a perfect upgrade for her. So this is an 8.8 ring and pinion. I did the math on, I believe this is 327 gears. And there's some other stuff over there and here. And that's telling me that somebody got in this and changed out this ring and pinion, hopefully to 373s. And then we also got a caster camber plate kit. They're kind of the thinner ones. I wouldn't quite use them for coilovers. But I know the wife's Muskrat has a very bad camber issue due to being lowered so much. So these will go into the wife's car when she gets closer to getting that back together. And then we got some diller flopper thingy here. I'm not quite sure what this is. Looks like some kind of K-member reinforcement bar, maybe. I will look into this more and figure out what the heck it is. Oil pump, but we're probably not going to use that. We've got some electrical harnesses. That's always good to have extras, especially when you're building from scratch. We have a great dash. I love red, so it's nice to have that nice red dash in case we ever go with an Aereo again. We've got some more convertible engine mounts because the 3 pairs we have aren't good enough. Some GT ground effects. Had a box of miscellaneous lug nuts. Looks like we can make a full set using these on the back and these guys on the front if we need to, or even just roller lug nuts. It never hurts to have extras. And here's the engine harness that they cut. Kind of sucks, but at least we have a parts harness now. I don't have to worry about cutting any of my other ones up. Like I said, we've got some gear oil and stuff. It's been opened, and this kit looks like it's been used, and some friction modifier. So assuming we have a nice rebuilt posi in the back of this car, that'll be nice to have as an extra. Hopefully 373s. We've got some seatbelt bracket. That's always nice. The kick panel is always good to have an extra one of. Some miscellaneous odds and ends for parts. But let's see what we got back in here. Yep, we got an A9P. That is an automatic 5.0 computer. That right there is a score. Those are getting hard to find. So that right there is another couple $100 added to this whole thing. Worth it. And we have a beautiful headliner. Well, good enough headliner that we are going to go ahead and pull out of here and throw into the Project Apocalypse because it doesn't have a headliner. And I really want one to hide all the ugly metal. So there we go. There's the headliner. Some people are wanting like $250 for headliners. And I'll probably use some of this plastic and metal trimming here in Project Apocalypse as well. But one of the biggest reasons we were happy to get it, we have a full intact windshield. As you know, Project Apocalypse does not have a windshield. We tried pulling one out the other day at the junkyard. It was cold. I was in a rush, got all the way around, and it cracked right here. So hopefully we can get this thing out in the sun and let it sit, and then get some cutters up in there and get it all nice and cut out. We got some window wiper bars. Probably going to go ahead and maybe figure out something for Project Apocalypse, because I don't want to be driving down the road and have to get the squeegee out. Just in case I don't have windshield wipers, I've got a squeegee. And now it gives us a spare hatch glass. We did have to replace the one on the wife's car. Someone tried to put a big old set of subwoofers in her car once, and it might have been a little too big for the window. This hatch, it's pretty rough, but it is what it is. We got some GT ground effects, tail light harness. Those are always good to have. Looks like a filler neck. A 5.0 automatic shifter. Those are getting harder and harder to find. People are just throwing them away when they do their swaps. Now, in terms of the underneath, there's those other springs I was telling you about. So we have a full set of those. We got a nice 8.8 in here. Not too shabby. Hopefully it's been gone through. Can't really tell. We got some aftermarket upper control arms. And we got some aftermarket lower control arms. I'm going to assume they're Lakewood because we got Lakewood upstairs too. Bottom of the car, she's rough. But not really looking to make it into a car. Just looking to get some parts out of it. See maybe if somebody else needs some parts off of it too. Fenders are a little rough. We have some rust foliage. Shock towers are completely blown away. So those are shot. And he came with these guys. These are strange adjustables. Don't know how many ways of adjustability, but they're adjustables, and they've got the knobbies. Okay, you know, Project Apocalypse has those clink clinks. You got to spin them. So these are going to go great on the back of Project Apocalypse. So that way we can get to the track. We can just dial them up or dial them down. So that's awesome. So you never know what you're going to find in these cars. I mean, sure. I mean, if you look at this thing, it doesn't look like. Wait, what? 10-way adjustable shock. That's nice. That should give us plenty of play on the track.
Performance for $200.
Not too shabby. That's a score right there. But like I said, you know, you never know. You look on this car and you go, yep, it's not what I want. My wife was telling me about a car, and I went and looked and I saw this, and I went right by it, and then she says, I messaged this guy, and he says he's got all this extra stuff. I was like, cool, where's the post? She sends me the post, and it's the one I scrolled by. So always, you know, hit up the people, see what they got. You never know. I mean, these starter cars, I mean, yeah, the car might be bad, but there are plenty of parts we can use to make it into, to make our other race cars run. So pick them up.
When we were talking to him, he sent me pictures of the inside of the car. And they weren't on the post, so no one knew it had all this stuff on the inside of it. He didn't even know what he had, he said. Because I don't know what I'm looking at.
So he was asking $500, so we brought him $500 and we brought home a car. So, you know, the deals are out there. Get out there and find them. If you saw something that I didn't say anything about me planning on using and that you might need, you know, hit me up. Send me an email at quarterhorsecustoms@gmail.com. Not going to price gouge you. You know, I'll give you a good deal if you need something off this thing, because I don't want it going to waste, you know? Parts. They're getting harder and harder to find. Well, thanks for watching. Have a good one.